Amir was a young noble. He lived in a grand castle. One sunny morning, Amir woke to a surprise. His father gifted him a magnificent horse. It was the most beautiful horse Amir had ever seen. The horse had a flowing mane, a shiny coat, and strong legs. Amir was overjoyed. Amir rode his new horse to the village square. The sun was high, casting a golden glow over the bustling market. The villagers were busy with their daily chores, but the sight of Amir on his magnificent steed quickly drew their attention. He wanted to show everyone the horse with its sleek coat and powerful build was a sight to behold. Amir had spent a fortune on it, and he was eager to let everyone know of his latest acquisition. The villagers stopped to admire the horse. Some whispered with envy, others smiled politely. The whispers grew louder as more people gathered, each one curious to see the nobleman's prized possession.
"This horse is the fastest in the land," Amir declared, his voice echoing through the square. He held his head high, basking in the attention and admiration of the crowd.
The farmer chuckled, shaking his head. He had seen many such boasts before. To him it was just another young noble trying to make a name for himself. A young girl, holding her father's hand, gazed at the horse with wide, innocent eyes. She tugged at her father's sleeve, asking if they could get a horse like that one day. Her father smiled, knowing the dreams of youth. Even the blacksmith, busy at his forge, took a moment to glance at the horse. He nodded in appreciation, recognizing the craftsmanship and care that had gone into raising such a fine animal. Nearby, a merchant selling his goods paused his sales pitch to admire the horse. He thought of the potential profits if he could trade such a beast. Children playing nearby ran towards the square, their laughter filling the air. They were excited to see the horse up close, their imaginations running wild with tales of knights and adventures. Suddenly an old traveler appeared. He leaned on a crooked staff. He had walked far.
A fine horse indeed, but is it truly the fastest? Perhaps we could have a race to the old oak tree on the hill.
"A race? Against you, old man?"
The villagers gathered to watch the much-anticipated race. It was a bright, sunny day, and the air was filled with excitement and chatter. Everyone in the village had come out to witness the event, from the youngest children to the oldest elders. The race was not just a test of speed, but also of skill and endurance.
Excitedly, "I'll show them all. Today I will prove that I am the fastest and the best rider in the village. No one will doubt my abilities after this race."
Amir, eager to show off his skills and impress the villagers, sped ahead as soon as the race began. His horse galloped with incredible speed, and it seemed like nothing could stop them. The crowd cheered loudly, and Amir felt a surge of pride and confidence. However, in his haste, he didn't notice the loose stone on the path. It was a small but dangerous obstacle that could easily cause a rider to lose control.
With a hint of humor, "Look at him go, he's riding like the wind. But he better watch out for that stone. But watch out for that stone, it's right in his path."
His horse stumbled as its hoof struck the stone. The sudden jolt threw Amir off balance, and he struggled to regain control. Amir fell to the ground with a thud. The impact was hard, and the crowd gasped in shock. His dreams of victory shattered in an instant.
Groaning, "Oh, what happened? How did I fall? I was so close to winning."
Meanwhile, the traveler, who had been moving slowly but steadily, reached the finish line first. He had taken his time, carefully navigating the path and avoiding any obstacles. Amir, bruised and embarrassed, watched the traveler with shame. He realized that his overconfidence had been his downfall. The villagers, who had initially cheered for him, now looked at him with a mix of sympathy and amusement.
Calmly. "It's not always the fastest who wins, young master. Sometimes it's the one who is careful and wise. Remember, haste makes waste."
The traveler helped Amir to his feet.
Kindly. "Speed is nothing without balance and humility, young master."
Amir's face flushed.
"Humbly, I was a fool."
The traveler smiled.
"Gently, a valuable lesson learned, I see."
From that day on, Amir was a changed boy. His transformation was not just in his actions, but in his heart and mind. The once proud and boastful young nobleman had found a new path, one that led him to a deeper understanding of life and his place in it. He learned to control his pride. He practiced humility every day. He reminded himself that true nobility was not about lording over others, but about serving them. He began to see the value in every person he met, understanding that each had their own story, their own struggles, and their own worth. He learned that true happiness came not from showing off, but from helping others. The joy he felt when he saw the smiles of those he helped was far greater than any applause he had ever received. He realized that his true strength lay not in his physical prowess or his noble birth, but in his ability to make a positive difference in the lives of others.
Cheerfully, "Let me help you with that." Amir's voice was now filled with genuine warmth and kindness. He no longer sought to impress, but to assist. His offers of help were met with gratitude, and he found himself forming bonds with the villagers that he had never thought possible.
He used his horse to help villagers, not to boast. The horse, once a symbol of his status, became a tool for good. Whether it was carrying heavy loads or providing swift transport in times of need, Amir and his horse became a beloved sight in the village.
Reflectively, true strength comes from within. Amir often reflected on his journey. He understood that his greatest battles were not fought with swords or in tournaments, but within his own heart. He had conquered his pride and found a deeper, more lasting sense of fulfillment.
And though he still loved his horse, Amir understood that true strength came from within. His bond with his horse was stronger than ever, but it was no longer the source of his identity. He had found his true self in the service of others, and that was a strength that no one could take away.